sad. Now, this far into the Great Tribulation.
Open up.
What is going on out there?
They're just north of town, searching every house.
Every house?
Yeah, the neighborhood's in a panic.
Let's stay calm and lean on Jehovah.
Where are they? Check the basement. Shut that door.
What's going on, fellow mutants? And today I want to speak about this bunker video they had last year, man. And people might say, why are you wasting your time on that? Because what I'm realizing more and more is that as we get closer to the end, the Watchtower is using a lot of fear mechanism. And the older generation of witnesses are just eating it up, man. They just taking it in, man. That if the Watchtower told these old witnesses to drink lace Kool-Aid, they would drink it, no questions asked. If the Watchtower told them to kill your sons and daughters, they would do it. You have people so dedicated, they would do it. And right now, I can guarantee you that people who watch that video are waiting to go to somebody's bunker. They think that's the directive from the slave. There was this old witness said, and this is sad. This is the case this is the situation witnesses are in now. They said if the Great Tribulation come out now, there might be spies. And if I don't see you at one meeting and you ask me where it's at, I'm not going to tell you. And I'm like, wow. You that suspicious that because I missed one meeting or I couldn't make it, say that somebody was following me and I couldn't make it, I'm not going to know where you guys at? That's a sad case, man. That's a sad case to be in where because I missed one meeting during the Great Tribulation, you distrust me totally where you will leave me out in the cold. That means somebody say that, you know, I'm going to give you a scenario of what this is. Say that the Kingdom Hall today, and for some reason I couldn't make it, I got a cold, right? Say that somebody was chasing me with a gun. You feel me? Chasing me with a gun down the street. And your house is right there. And I'm trying to run, knock on the door. And I'm knocking on the door. Help me, sister, help me. They finna shoot me. Oh no, brother. I didn't see you at the Kingdom Hall. You might be trying to shoot me. You might be trying to kill me, brother. Stay away. That's the mindset. These witnesses watch this bunker video. This was a dangerous video, man. I'm going to tell you why at the end. But I want to go through each scenario that they put on this video and tell you why this was dangerous, because it was subliminal messages in each one. Okay? This supposedly, this tribulation, this video supposedly happened during Great Tribulation. Okay? And so doing witnesses, what they were trying to tell witnesses is, how do you show your loyalty to Jehovah? We're going to present 5 different scenarios. And if you did or think any of these things, then somehow you need to adjust your thinking. Okay? And so the witnesses watching this automatically thought that, am I doing this? Am I doing this? Maybe I need to adjust my thinking because I'm not being loyal to Jehovah and I'm not going to survive the Great Tribulation. But there was a deeper thing than that, man. There was a deeper issue that they put in this video. And I'm going to let you know what it is at the end. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but trust me. This is what those fat boys in New York was saying. This is what Jeffrey Fatson was telling the people. Jeffrey Fatson talking through his double chins at the judge, lying through his double chins at the judge. This is what he was telling you guys through that video. This is what Anthony Morris was telling you at the thing. This is what Garrett douchebag was telling y'all at the convention. And see, there's a YouTube video. This is where I watched it from. I watched the whole thing straight because when you watch something and somebody stop it and give you commentary, your mind starts to think what they talking about. But if you watch it straight through, your mind can think clearly. See, we watched the thing at the do a symposium, and each scenario they would pause it. Somebody give it commentary, then show the next part. So your mind is already thinking about what they telling you. But you watch it already through, man, you get a clearer understanding. Go watch it at home. But I guarantee you, a lot of people watch that video and their mind is thinking, uh-oh, something's about to go down. The slave can see something's going to happen, and they're warning us. Anyway, the first scenario was about the elder getting counsel from some other elder talking about he used too many scriptures or not enough scriptures. Something to the point where his talk was could use a little work. And because he went home and said, I've been doing this longer than you, who are you? He needed an attitude adjustment.
I can't believe the nerve that Ben has.
Ben?
Yeah, Ben. He gave me counsel about that talk that I gave last week.
Really? What did he say?
I don't know. Something like, I didn't use enough scriptures. Whatever. I mean, it was hard to listen. You know, I've been an elder longer than he has. And he comes up to me and gives me counsel about my teaching.
So basically what that part was trying to tell people is that, well, if you question the elders or you have a negative attitude towards the counsel they give you, then somehow you're being disloyal to Jehovah. Translation. You must have unquestionable loyalty and submission to elders, or else you're being disloyal to Jehovah. That's what that first scenario was trying to tell people. You can sit there and say, oh yeah, I've been elder longer than you. No. Because some elders, and everybody who go to Kingdom Hall long enough will know that some elders have a power trip, man. There's some elders on power trips. There's some elders who, they like a certain style. So, you might, like me, if I have the suit jacket, I'll probably button up the first two buttons, not the one. Some elders come, button all those up, brother. Or, you know, you might have your other one on, tie those up, brother. It's all about their style. I remember some elder came to me talking about, I don't like your wife wearing leggings. What the hell you looking at my wife's legs for, fat boy? Man, you lucky I ain't had no Uzi, man. Ooh, you lucky I had no Uzi. You see what I'm saying? Some elders can make you just want to backslap. You know what I'm saying? Come to you talking stupid stuff you would never say. Stuff you would never say to a person on the street. Because you get laid out. You know what I'm saying? But no, you come to hall feel safe saying something. How you gonna go to some man and say, I don't like your wife wearing leggings? You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that could get people hurt, man. You can get hurt saying that to somebody. You don't worry about what my wife is wearing. But again, if I'm going to that video, I have a bad attitude, I'm being disloyal to Joe. But this dude's speaking on my wife's legs. You see what I'm saying? Tell you, man, I tell you. But anyway, so he goes home and tells his wife say, what you gonna do about it? And this dude. And the thing about women, that's the thing about women. Women know how to push their man's buttons. Like, well, what you gonna do about it? Them words right there, that's instigating words. That's like, you let that dude talk to you like that? That's what that's saying. What you gonna do about it? Somebody tell you that, what you gonna do? That's like, well, what you did? What you gonna do about it? She knew her husband wasn't gonna do nothing. The dude was soft. He was Moorish. He wasn't gonna do nothing. He was just gonna take it. Alright? So what he did, he didn't go address it. He went to go pop. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to think bad about what you were saying. Here, let me. No. Don't put the books up. Let me put them up for you. You want? You need me to go clean the sink? That's what I'm gonna do. He talking about I made an adjustment by what did he say? Volunteer for assignments. And I'm thinking, okay, you an elder. What do you have to volunteer for? You an elder. You supposed to do this stuff, man. Ain't you supposed to be taking the lead? Do somebody got to ask you to clean the bathroom? Ain't you supposed to take the lead if you the elder? But again, he volunteered. Which shows, and that was a true part because the elder, anybody know go to Kingdom Hall, and it's your service group time to clean the hall. The elder's going to tell you what to do. You're not finna see them back there cleaning the bathroom. They finna tell you, brother, can you go check the garbage in the bathroom? They're not finna do it. They don't take the lead doing nothing. So his whole thing was, well, let me volunteer for assignments to make the Kingdom Hall look good. Forget about these other people who going through depression. Forget about people who are needing, help. It's a lot of broke witnesses nowadays, man. Living paycheck to paycheck. Go help them out with a little bread, man. Go help them do something. Why you worry about what the kingdom hall look like? The temple or the body of Christ is the people, not the kingdom hall, man. This building could break down any day. You worry about something that's temporary. In fact, they selling kingdom hall. You never know. They can sell that kingdom hall you're trying to work at. But you can never get back a brother who's long gone during depression, man, because that's a mental disorder that it needs a lot of help, man. People need help, man, nowadays. Forget about a bathroom at the Kingdom Hall. You volunteering to make a building look good when a temple is the people of God, man. But that's the mindset of the elders, right? Okay. Also, I was thinking about, why is this dude so calm, man? Why this dude is calm in a storm? Like, y'all don't realize y'all about to get took to jail or even killed? It's a riot going on outside. You understand? People riot, they break in your house and take stuff, or they break your house, beat you up, take your guns, anything they have. If stuff was really going on, there was anarchy in the neighborhood, you think they finna not come in your house and try to find weapons or something they can use? No. So during the storm, this area was too calm, man. Even Jesus bled blood out his forehead. The Son of God sweated blood because his life was in danger. But here this dude talking like a pedophile, man, trying to lure some kids in his house. Life lesson, folks. If there's danger in your area and somebody come and talking calm, it's a good chance that dude's involved in the danger, and he know the person who's terrorizing the neighborhood. Now, anywhere I'm finna talk calm if danger's outside of my window. This dude like, is everybody okay? Dude, you need to be more riled up than that, man. I know you got kids in there, but that's fake, man.
Elaine, you are to be commended for what you did.
Your life is in danger. You talking calm? No, man, that's fake, dog. And that's another point I'm bringing in, that this was not about no great tribulation, folks. This is not about no great tribulation at all. I'm gonna tell you what it is, because this was a manipulation video at its finest. But anyway, the second part is, it's funny because this dude came and told the room what he was struggling with. Pride. And he couldn't leave it. He had to bring his wife in. That's what punk dudes do. When you going down, you don't throw your wife in the line of traffic. That's what a punk do. You don't never throw your wife in traffic. This dude, he threw his father, and he gonna say, well, honey, I don't want to throw put your spot. But yes, you did. You bring it out. Nobody needs to know what she was going through. Nobody needs to know what she was going through. But because the spotlight was on you, the main thing this punk did was put his wife out there. That's the same thing Adam did. Instead of being a man and taking the blows, you're going to put your wife out there to take the spotlight off of you. That's punkish, homie. I don't care what nobody say. But again, that's what the people at the top is like. They punks at the top, man. They'll throw all the elders under the bus, man, because the spotlight's on them. Watch that Warrior Commission, man. They threw all them elders out there, and Jeffrey Jackson couldn't even come out himself, man. He had to stand behind a video camera with his lawyer out there. Meanwhile, he sent all them elders out there to stumble over their words. That's sad. That's punkish, man. But again, it showed in that video. Okay? But anyway, her thing was association. And what this part was trying to tell you is basically, if you associating with people at work that's not witnessing with us, then you being his Lord to God, because they'll influence you. If you're a woman, they're going to influence you to talk about your husband. They was gossiping about their husband. Oh, your husband calling you? Don't answer that phone. Teach him a lesson.
All right. Sorry, Karen. Too much information, right?
With a husband. But in reality, I was the one being taught. And I was a quick learner. I was sure their thinking wasn't rubbing off on me. Until one day when Robert called. The girls knew that Robert and I had had a small disagreement that morning. And he was calling to apologize. Although some of it was my fault.
Karen, did you want to get a little coffee?
No, it's him. If you don't want to talk to him now, then don't. Besides, it sounds like he could use a little silent treatment.
I couldn't believe the effect the association was having on my attitude and my marriage.
Everybody at work is not like that, man. Everybody in the world is not conniving like that, man. There's atheists that have good morals, man. Just because I don't go to the Kingdom Hall don't mean I don't have morals, man. I can talk intellectual. It's a guy I work with, man. We talk about different things, man. No cussing from this dude. We can disagree, and we don't raise our voice with each other. We disagree about different things. But he ain't cussing at me. I'm not cussing at him. The dude has morals, man. He talk about the Bible. He's not a Jehovah's Witness. But this was a fear mechanism putting all these people that if you are spending more time at work with your workmates who not Jehovah, you being disloyal to Jehovah. How? How? That's propaganda, dog. That's propaganda. And again, it's instilling fear in the minds of the witnesses. It's instilling fear and suspicion. Anybody who research on Jim Jones and the Jonestown will realize that that's what Jim Jones used. Fear and suspicion. Fear of outsiders and suspicion of each other. I watched a documentary. I think it's a documentary about the last week of that thing. And during that last week, people was ready to leave. They was ready to get out of there. And you had other people like looking around like they couldn't trust each other. They couldn't know who to talk to because they felt they would go back and tell Jim Jones that they ready to deflect. Division is a way to keep people in power. You understand why? Because you so distracted with your division and your suspicion of each other, you not looking at who the real enemy is. And so this whole propaganda was, well, it's us against them. If you fraternizing with them, if you cool with them, then you being disloyal to Jehovah. It's funny though, because the whole video, if you pay attention to the whole video, you know what the whole video was about? It's about people talking about their past sins. Let me tell you something, man. If you in a life and death situation, the last thing I'm worried about is my past sins, man. If I touch a little booty in the past and somebody finna put a book, I'm not. Me touching a little booty, me cussing, me lying, me stealing a little candy from the store, that's not entering my mind, man. I'm thinking, how am I gonna get my kids out of this? My mind is on my kids. I'm not worried about what I did back in the day. That's what this whole video was. People reminiscing on what they did back in the day. That's not real life, dog. That's not real life at all. You don't worry about, if your life is in danger, your mind is trying to survive. And that's every living thing on earth. You think of a squirrel or a cat is chased by a dog, you think he's thinking about, oh man, I shouldn't have ate that rat? No. That cat looking for ways to get out of there, homie. But that's what this whole video was about. I want you to check out something, man. Lamentations 3:22 and 23. And this is I'm gonna read some scriptures kind of debunk what this video was doing, man. It's going against what we as Christians should be focusing on. Lamentations 3:22 and 23. Okay? Because this is the mindset witnesses have, but it's not the Christian mindset, man. This is not the way Jehovah views us. I want you to listen to what Jeremiah said about Jehovah. Okay? In Lamentations 3:22 and 23. The faithful love of the Lord never ends. The faithful love of the Lord never ends. His mercies never cease. Great is his faithfulness. His mercies begin afresh each morning. What they're saying is that every day you wake up, Jehovah's not worried about what you did, man. Why am I sitting in some bunker talking about what I did years ago? Jehovah's not doing that while you're in a bunker. Why am I doing it? But again, you present Jehovah in a bad light when you do that. Like while you sit in that bunker, Jehovah's worrying about you touching some girl's booty. Worrying about you looking at some pornography site. Jehovah wants a living sacrifice. He's not trying to call things to mind. But again, you guys sitting down in the bunker calling things to mind. How do you view God, man? Who is this Jehovah you supposedly worship? But anyway, here we get to my friend Kevin. That's the third part. And this was being spiritually weak. Spiritually weak, as we know, is determined not by how you treat other witnesses, but by how many hours you put in field service. Okay? And this is how the first part ends. This guy says, this far in the Great Tribulation, then they do this dramatic this dramatic orchestra thing, right? This far in the Great Tribulation. How sad that he's not here. You want to hear something funny? y'all Negroes got caught. So who lost at the end of that? Like, Kevin didn't show up, but you Negroes got caught at the end. So who was it sad for? I'm pretty sure Kevin was across the street like, I know, yep. I bet Kevin was watching y'all fools from far, like, I told him don't go down there. But yeah, man, and then the dude talking about, well, everybody tried to help Kevin. I'm like, okay, the only thing I seen y'all doing was asking Kevin, hey, Kevin, you want to go out? We're going on service today. Hey, Kevin, we got the cart. You want to go on the cart? Only thing people was asking Kevin was, Kevin, come on, let's go on service. Nobody asking Kevin, how you doing, brother? You everything's all right with you? You want to go out and eat? You know, you want to have a drink? Nobody's asking. Everybody, come on, Kevin, let's go on service. Like,
States, and then, hey, Kevin, do you want to join us? We're going up to the north.
He said he had the weekend shift. Again. But that the people there have their paradise and they don't listen anyway.
The car's over here.
And when we do public witnessing,
Hey, Kevin. We've been having great experiences out there at Turner Street.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah, that's by your job. Do you get to talk to your coworkers about it?
he said it wasn't a good idea to make waves at the store.
Sometimes the pastor need prayer. If you understand what I'm saying, you understand where I'm coming from. Sometimes the pastor need prayer. Sometimes the doctor need a shot. The thing is, if we're so busy trying to help other people, where's our help coming from? You get worn out, man. Like, and the only thing we're about is Kevin not going on service. Ask this guy why he not going on service. Oh, well, he had fear of man when our message changed. And here's the other thing, man. Our message changed from good news to judgment. Well, in the Bible doesn't say your message is going to change from good news to judgment. I'll tell you well. Let me read Matthew 24:14. And let me see if the message is going to change from good news to judgment. Again, our message changed. No, your doctrine flip-flop. That's what changed, homie. Matthew 24:14. Where is it at? Okay, see, I got writing there. I underlined the verse. Okay, anyway. The good news about the kingdom will be preached throughout the whole world. So all the nations will hear. So the good news will be preached throughout the whole earth, right? And then we're going to switch it up to some bad news? No. And then the end will come. So the good news is going to be preached in the end. Ain't going to change from good news to judgment, man. Judgment is probably included in that. But no. What they should have said is, oh, well, the fear of man, or basically, well, maybe Kevin was tired of you guys flipping-flopping your doctrine. That was changing, not the good news, man. But nobody took the time to ask Kevin, well, what's going on, brother? Nobody took the time to ask that. Everybody was like, oh, well, he's not going on service, so something must be wrong with him. Yeah, this dude woke up, man. That dude woke up. So they criticized and judging this dude right behind his back because he didn't go in that bunker, man. He didn't go into that bunker. Let me read something to you, man. Let me read something, because obviously Kevin read the Bible more than these fools going down in the bunker doing Great Tribulation. Let me read something to you, man. What it says about the last days and during the Great Tribulation. If Matthew 24 was talking about the Great Tribulation, let me read what it says about the Great Tribulation. Let me read what directive Jesus gave during the Great Tribulation. Okay? Matthew 24:17. A person out on the deck of the roof must not go down into the house to pack. Jesus said, don't go into no house when the Great Tribulation break out, or when you see the detestable thing in the holy place. Don't go into no house. And what did it say? 18. A person on the field must not return even to get a coat. Again, don't go in no house. That's what Jesus telling you. Why is these fools in some bunker downstairs, man? Why in that basement? Who are they listening to? Jesus said don't go in no house. Don't even go in there and get no coat, let alone go down to no bunker. So who's right or wrong, Kevin or you guys? How sad Kevin didn't show. No, how sad y'all didn't listen to what Jesus said, man. 25 and 26. For false messiahs, or false anointed, and false prophets, or non-profit organizations will rise up and perform great signs and wonders so as to deceive, if possible, even God's chosen one. See, I warned you about this ahead of time. So if someone tells you, look, the Messiah is out in the desert, don't bother going look. Oh, look, he is hiding here. Don't believe it. Another translation said, if he telling you he in an inner room, don't go into it. Jesus warned people over and over again in Matthew 24, when the Great Tribulation break out, don't go run no bunker, man. Look what he said to do in Matthew 24, verse 16. Then those in Judea must flee to the hills. But how sad for Kevin that he actually read Matthew 24 and said, I'm not going down no bunker with you guys, especially no elder talking like a child molester. He down there talking calm.
Shelley set a good example for keeping your life simple.
I'm not going down there with you guys. Huh. So obviously that elder volunteered to not visit Kevin during that time asking what was going on. Huh. I think Kevin was a smart one. Go down in that bunker if I want to. Take y'all behinds in no bunker when the Great Tribulation break out, man. Don't take y'all behinds in no bunker, man. Jesus said, don't go in no bunker. Don't go in no house. Don't go in no field. Somebody tell you, let's go down here. Don't do that, man. Learn from the past. Next part. They had these two brothers said supposedly find and fall. Okay? And they sit in the kingdom hall whispering each other. They had critical attitude and supposedly rubbing off on other people.
If we are to have Jehovah's favor and blessing as individuals,
they found fault with what the organization was doing or not doing.
As we work together,
now paragraph 12 buys any teaching or arrangement they didn't agree with. And whether they realized it or not, their critical attitude was eroding their own loyalty, and it was affecting others.
Now I'm gonna connect this to the next part where they had the sister who was dealing with negative thinking. Now, do you realize that? I don't know if they put these two together, but do you realize? Let me highlight something for you. Those two brothers that had negative thinking, that was risking each other, is the same thing this sister had. You understand they was both dealing with the same thing, which was negative and critical thinking? What do you think negative thinking is to the congregation? They both the same thing. The only difference is that they went to the congregation and was saying their negative thinking. This sister went to a sister privately. That's the only difference, man. They both were struggling with the same thing, but they made hers look a little more innocent, a little more discreet. They made these other things look like they was out there trying to stumble people. They both went to somebody and told them they was dealing with something. The only thing is they went out there out to other people. She went discreetly.
It's okay. For me, I struggled with negative thinking.
No way.
Yeah. But I had a good friend who always helped and listened and helped me learn how to fight it.
Understand what I'm saying? I hope I articulated that good. Okay? But again, this reminds me of what happened with the elder told me. And this is why I'm telling you this right now, because this reminds me exactly what the elder is. This is where my assumption is coming from. When I start to have negative thinking, as this video showed, or critical thought, or critical thinking, I went and told the elder what I was dealing with. You know what that brother had to nerve to tell me? Okay, well, just don't let nobody else know about this. I'm like, wow. So I can come and talk to you and you didn't answer none of my questions. You just said, wait on Jehovah. But don't tell nobody else about this. So basically, just shut your mouth and don't tell nobody else about this. So that's what that video was telling each other, man. If you have negative thoughts, don't be like those two brothers. Go around, go to one of the elder's wives or go to the elder. That's what that video was telling me. Because if you go tell other people you're being disloyal to Jehovah, you can cause stumbling without the congregation. I hope I articulated that right. I hope I put that out there right as to how I viewed that. Okay. But here's the kicker. Check this out. If you followed the whole video, right? Guess who this sister went to go tell? She didn't go tell the congregation. She went to a sister, an elder who had a problem with gossiping. She went to go tell her thoughts to a sister who had a problem with gossiping and who was married to a brother who had a problem with ego. Isn't that typical of the elder wives? and the elders. Don't the elders have a problem with ego? And don't the elders have a problem with gossip? So she laid out her cards on the table to the wrong person. Now, when she go to Kingdom Hall, people gonna look at her like kind of standoffish. Look at her like they looked at Kevin. But again, this bunker video was telling you, if you have negative thinking, because they use 3 scenarios to highlight negative thinking, be careful who you go tell, because you can be disloyal to Jehovah. Okay. And then, her thing was, well, go write it down on a piece of paper. All your negative thoughts, write it on a piece of paper so you know and see what Jehovah did. No, that's not what that is. The elder told me when I had questions, he said, well, write down all your questions on a piece of paper and give it to me, and the body will look over them. I'm like, you must think I'm stupid, homie. Only thing I'm going to ask you is, do you believe the government favors free slaves inspired or infallible? That's the only question I wrote on a piece of paper for. Never got an answer. So again, if I wrote down all my questions I had, they were never going to answer. All they did was used against me in the judicial committee. That's all they've been used. And that's all those questions would be used against her in the judicial committee, if she didn't change her negative thinking. You see how this video is propaganda, man? Nobody really thought about it. The only thing people are thinking about now from that video is, when the Great Tribulation, we need to go to a bunker. And again, this video is nothing about the Great Tribulation. It's nothing about the Great Tribulation, man. That was just a background thing, man. Okay, the next part was a couple keeping their life simple. Basically dealing with comfortableness or materialism. That's all I could think of, because keeping your life simple, I mean, I could have a lot of things. I don't mean I'm not keeping my life simple. So basically they were pioneers. But their thing was we were too comfortable while we were pioneers. What does that tell me? What does that tell the congregation? If you're too comfortable being a pioneer, you have a problem. I mean, some guy got on stage talking about, if you don't have a problem, you are the problem. I'm like, wow. That's crazy, man. That's crazy thinking. But this is the propaganda that spread. And then they put it in video format that to remain loyal to Jehovah, you got to somehow have some kind of guilt trip in the back of your mind. You can't serve Jehovah and feel free. You can't feel forgiven. You can't feel, what do you say? In order to be a pioneer, you have to feel subjective to guilt and shame. That while I can afford a mansion, if I go out and pioneer and come home and don't feel some kind of a shame, even though I can make time for pioneer, these people say we have to simplify our life.
We were both pioneering, but still living a comfortable life. And we started wondering. Our love for Jehovah had moved us to pioneer, but could it move us to take the next step?
What was they doing? They had time to go and pioneer. You spending 70 hours a month in the field service, man. That's more than a lot of people. More than me. And I live in a crack house, man. So, but again, they couldn't leave it at that, man. It's like, I know you guys pioneer, but we need to find something to counsel you guys on. Y'all got too much stuff, man. Go give some of that stuff away, man. Y'all doing too much, man. It's sad that, and I'm pretty sure there are pioneers that was watching that video like, ooh, I didn't think of it like that. I thought I was doing good by going pioneer, but obviously I'm spending too much money on other stuff. Maybe I looked too deep in there. I don't know. Maybe I did. But the whole thing is, if you're a pioneer, obviously you're making time. So regardless of what I'm spending my life on, Abraham had a lot of stuff, and Jehovah basically told him to live in a tent. So maybe I'm looking too much into it. I don't know. Okay. Well, anyway, that's it. After that, you start to hear glass break outside. They're out there fighting. And then, here's the part that people didn't really catch on to. Here's the propaganda part. You, from the glass breaking, obviously somebody came into the house. You hear somebody, where are they? Do you see any witnesses? Where are they? Let me break this down for you real quick, okay? If there's anarchy again, if there's anarchy in the streets, say there's anarchy out here, say there's no policemen, say people are rioting. Throughout the earth, there's 8 million Jehovah's Witnesses. Do you realize that that's the same amount of people in New York City? Let's say this is going on in New York City. There's 8 million people in New York City alone. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought my thing. Okay, there's 8 million people in New York City alone. How many witnesses are these people gonna... Obviously, the riot people is fighting off people in the street. So, what's going on? Are they fighting people in the street to get to witnesses and they finally found a house for them? I can guarantee you, during the Great Tribulation, no people in no riot gear is finna break their neck looking for singular witnesses, man. Yeah. Oh, do you see any witnesses? Come on, man. Like, it's only 8 million witnesses throughout the earth. How many witnesses can they be looking for? And you don't need no riot gear to get no witnesses, man. You don't need that. Do you understand what's going on? Do you understand what's going on there? That's how they basically closed it up. Do you see any witnesses? There's fighting outside. That if I'm a policeman or I'm the National Guard, I'm not looking for just your witness. I'm looking to bring you guys in. I'm looking to bring anybody in who's going against us, who's causing mayhem out here. If you guys down in the bunker, I'm not worried about y'all. Y'all not out here fighting. And when we do get peace in the neighborhood, you think I'm finna sit there and take the time, or do you see any witnesses? How do I know if they are witnesses? What, I'm gonna look for the Bible in their house? How do I know if they were witnesses? How do you fight if, okay, who is he talking to? Do you see any witnesses? What was this person? Oh yes, I see him over here. They got a suit on. How you supposed to find them? Like, somebody didn't think this through. But again, this was not about the Great Tribulation, folks. Just listen to what I'm saying. Do you see any witnesses? There's only 8 million worldwide, but again, New York City has 8 million people. How many witnesses can you possibly find? How are you going to go through all this fighting and struggling outside, breaking glass and things like that just to look for witnesses? This was a propaganda video, folks. You understand that, again, I said before, Jim Jones, before, he used the propaganda. Before Jim Jones had the people kill themselves, the government was closing in on them. And he had the people scared that, oh man, he told the people that they shot down the plane that what was the guy's name? He was some kind of government person who went to go bring the people out. And basically he sent a rogue person out there with him, and they killed the people that were trying to get him out. And so he made a speech like, oh man, they shot the plane down. Who you think they're going to come after? They're going to come and get all you guys because you guys associated with me. So he had them scared that the government was coming specifically for them. And by that, not everybody, but some took the Kool-Aid because they felt, oh my God, we're not getting out of this alive. And I'm not going back to America because they're hurling the Negroes up into concentration camps. There are nuclear weapons going on. So I got to die. Masada, if you ever read Josephus, when the Jews took over that Fort Masada, and the Romans came and basically cornered them, it was no ending. So by the time they get up there, the Jews up there in Masada killed themselves. Waco, Texas, with the Branch Davidians, when the ATF cornered that compound, and for argument's sake, I don't believe they killed themselves. I do believe the ATF threw something in there and it kind of, I think the government killed them people. But the point I'm trying to make, suicide cults will cause the people within to feel that the government is aiming directly towards them. And the first thing they do is take your kids out. Because once your kids are gone, you have nothing else to live for. Okay? I know I digress, but I just want you to realize that what this video did was that the government is going to look specifically for us. When there's only 8 million of us worldwide. Not in America, worldwide. We're in 235 lands. Worldwide, 8 million of us. Okay? How much witnesses can be in one city? How much witnesses can you find in one city? And if you do find, how are you going to know? How are they going to tell Kevin was a witness? Obviously, he didn't go down that bunker. He wasn't stupid. Okay. But anyway, they bust into the door because remember, and the funny thing is somebody had a knock on the door, right? Dude was knocking, and he did like a, and then that was the secret code. Why the Secret Service didn't do that? What was you doing your secret knock for if the Secret Service just walked on in? You wasted your time doing. It was a whole little fear, and my God, man, nobody caught this. Nobody caught this. That I think it was an Asian lady and the white man. They did like a, and then the dude with the big face, and that let them know, okay, this cool. That's our knock. Okay. The thing is, if people had to knock to come in, why does the army man came in without knocking? And y'all stand outside the wall. Well, they didn't knock. So what you got a secret knock for? It was to put in your mind that they're coming for us, man. They're coming. And if they don't have a secret knock or a secret handshake, don't let them in. That's going to be the code for the witnesses in the future, man. Watch this, man. We going to have a secret code. I keep saying we. When I say we, I'm speaking of witnesses. They're going to have a secret code, man. That's what that sister said, man. If you miss a meeting and you don't say the right thing, I'm not letting you in. I'm not letting you know where the next meeting is. Well, good. Don't let me know. I'm not going to no bunker with you guys, man. I'm not going to no bunker with y'all. You think I'm finna surround myself in a bunker when you surrounded by mayhem outside in the street? You better have you a shotgun or something, man. Don't go into no bunker and you down there unarmed. No. But anyway, when they come in, it said, let me see. Okay, yeah. When they come in, they corner the people, and that's how it ended. So everybody's sitting there like, but they hold their breath. And it ended. They didn't show nothing else. They didn't show anything. They didn't show Jesus coming. Because that same convention, they showed the Hezekiah video. And they showed the angel kill him. That bunker video ended like that. Like, everybody like, huh? Everybody, I want you to realize that all this bunker video was to instill fear in people, man. This was to fear you, to scare the witnesses into submission, man. That's all that was. This was no Great Tribulation video. Nobody sits during a time of chaos meditating on past, man. Nobody does that. But if somehow we're not living right, or you need to change, that's when you start meditating on things. You see what I'm saying? When you're sitting in prison, you realize that I have nothing less. Damn, you start to think about things like, man, I shouldn't have did that. You start to grow up. You start to think about things like how you lived your life and things like that. But your life is not in danger. You see what I'm saying? It comes to a point where, man, I messed up. I ain't got nothing else to live for. That's when you start to think of the past. You see what I'm saying? I lost everything. That's when a person sit back and think about all the things they did. You see what I'm saying? You might smoke crack and lose all your kids. Then after all the crack gone, you sitting there like, man, I lost everything. I got no lights in the house. Man, you sit down reminisce about the past. When your life is in danger, you're not worrying about what you did in the past, man. This whole scenario and this whole Great Tribulation, so-called Great Tribulation, was scaring the witness into, ooh, I better straighten up my act, or we're not going to make it out of this. That's all it was, man. And it's a sad thing that when the Great Tribulation do break out, and the thing is, we might be in Great Tribulation now. You know what I'm saying? We might be in Great Tribulation now. But when it do break out, don't y'all take y'all behinds in no bunker, man. Don't run in no bunker, man. I'm not running no bunker. Don't do that. You's a fool if you go run. Don't run your behind no bunker, man. Jesus said don't go to no bunker. He said if you're on a rooftop, don't run inside the house. He said don't do that. Who are you obeying? Before I go, man, I just want to read this, man, because this is what a Christian mind is, right? And yes, not saying that as a Christian we don't think, because there's things I did that I still feel guilty off of, all right? Not saying that. But as a Christian who is truly forgiven, I want you to understand what our minds should be reflecting on. Okay? Because depression, a lot of witnesses face depression because of the guilt. The guilt is too much for them. And I'm not saying all, because depression comes in many different forms. But a lot are going through anxiety and panic attacks, heart problems, because the guilt is too much for them. They're pioneering, but yet They got too much. They're too comfortable. You don't have enough shame for yourself. Hebrews 10, 22 and 24. It says, let us go right into the presence of God. Not no bunker, dude. Let us go right into the presence of God with sincere hearts, fully trusting Him. For our guilty consciences has been sprinkled with Christ's blood to make us clean, and our bodies have been washed with pure water. Verse 24. Let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. You don't motivate nobody by bringing up no past sin. You don't motivate nobody by saying, well, honey, I don't want to put the spotlight on you, but go on, tell them how you ignored my call and how you was gossiping to your girlfriends at work. No. So that's just my observation. Hey, I might be wrong, but hey, take it for what you want. But don't y'all take y'all behind no bunker, man. Y'all better run to the hills, man. If the government so-called looking for you witnesses during the Great Tribulation, the bunker is the first place they don't look, man. They not finna you guys are giving yourself up. You might as well put JW.org on your window, man. If you're gonna go down in the basement, put a big old sign JW on your window, man. Don't take your behind no bunker, man. But anyway, until the next convention when they show another bunker video and I couldn't debunker it, I'm out.